Ladies and gents, welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Bentrud, and we're going to talk about the top 5 outbound lead gen mental models. However, before we do, this is where the bookshelf used to be. It is no longer there. The office is completely empty. With that being said, there is a little bit of an echo that you're going to have to deal with for the next 1 to 2 weeks of videos, partly because I've removed everything from the walls. Now, let's get straight into these 5 mental models. I recently did a one-on-one consulting / coaching call with somebody, and it kind of made me reflect deeper on how this is an important thing, and it's a pretty high-level thing, but can lead you in the right direction. So, 5 mental models. Number 1, you should build a damn relationship. This one's very easy to understand, and it's very difficult to actually implement, given how so many people completely write this one off and don't even give a damn about it whatsoever. When you're building a lead gen strategy, you should think about the aspect of the relationship with the person that you're reaching out to. One, if you have no relationship, which you likely don't because this is an outbound lead gen strategy, you should think to yourself, how could I approach this person with this initial message in a way that will help me cultivate a greater relationship in the future, in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, in the long term, right? Not how can I craft a message that can sign me a client tomorrow and instantly make somebody book a call with me, because typically that rarely ever works. And so it's more about how do you actually approach them to build a relationship. So I'm not going to get into specifics here. I'm going to just keep it high level, but build a damn relationship is very important, and you shouldn't overlook it. You should always be thinking about how you can connect on a deeper level and think about the effect of your message over the long term, because so many people kill the relationship possibility with the first message that they send. Okay, example of that is, hey, do you need any help with, like, you see these like terrible outbound emails, from typically it's just like, hey, do you need help with WordPress or social media management or any of this? Like, do you need help with, and then there's like a giant list of services. That is the epitome of like the worst type of relationship building one. Number 2, give value. Pretty straightforward. There's not much to talk about here, but seriously give value. And don't just give value that any person with the basic amount of knowledge on the service that you're providing could give. Do your best to give value that is actually kind of unique relative to what other cold outbound people may say to the ideal prospect that you're approaching, who is likely being approached by lots of your competitors. So obviously, be unique in the value that you're giving makes the value more valuable if it's unique. Okay, number 3, expect nothing. I don't know, for some reason I felt like this one was important because I feel like too many people expect something in return, when in reality, if no response happens and there's no response given to the value that you're providing, for example, when you're doing Trojan horse marketing, you're sending a 2-minute custom made or automated, but still takes a lot of time to build this thing, video, and this is highly valuable, okay? And ultimately, when we're sending Trojan horse marketing, we expect nothing. That's how I feel. And they don't owe me anything. Ultimately, I'm approaching them and trying to cultivate a relationship with this prospect. And so if they don't respond to me, that's fine. I don't expect anything in return. Pretty obvious, but for some reason I wanted to state it. Number 4 is zag. So everybody is zigging, you should zag. If you notice things in certain trends in the marketplace, you should do the opposite. It's pretty much the Zig Ziglar quote. I believe it's Zig Ziglar who said, when everybody else is zigging, you should zag. And it helps you stand out. Similar to what I was talking about when it comes to being unique. This means in your messaging when you're reaching out to the prospect, if you're sending a message that feels like every other cold email that they're likely going to receive, or every other cold message that they're likely going to receive, this prospect is going to have banner blindness to the message that you're sending. So you want to make sure you send something that is unique and different relative to all the other hundreds of cold emails that they've received this month. Dozens is probably a more accurate estimate. And so this will help you stand out. And ultimately, zagging is like, if you have some people, I've just seen some people are like very natural at this, but you'll develop it over time as you begin to see certain things that are going on in the market. And this takes a little bit of research to understand what is going on, to understand how you can go into a different direction. But ultimately, some ways that I've seen, some practical tips I can give you that'll help your cold email stand out is taking kind of like sending GIFs or sending memes, sending something that is funny, sending gifts in like physical is very different than the 99%. A lot of people do send gifts, but very few do. Very few beginners also do, which is another thing that helps you make you stand out. So there's lots of different ways you can make your message stand out. Trojan horse marketing is one very good example. I mean, this is a message which there's a video, and the video is in GIF mode where the first 2 seconds is auto playing, and it's showing their website or their product on Amazon or their homepage or their brand page in the thumbnail and my face in the bottom right corner. So it's very personalized in the sense that it's their website, it's my face, it's a GIF, it's moving, it's just, there's a lot going on, and that almost nobody does that when it comes to reaching out cold. So THM is a great zag when everybody else is zigging with these templates. Number 5 is be kind. And I was a bit aggressive in the beginning stages, saying things like, if you don't respond to this email, I'm going to reach out to one of your competitors because we're looking to work with somebody in the space. And ultimately, I was just kind of trying to make an invisible layer of power, which I never really had, like as if I was, like God's gift to Amazon advertising. If you don't decide to work with me, you're going to miss out huge, and your competitors are going to beat you. Like, it was never reflecting on that position in the messaging was never really great. And the antithesis of that is much better, which is, hey, I love your brand, and I wanted to send you this video to help you guys grow faster. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to explore it more on a call and give you and expand on these strategies that I've kind of briefly covered in this video. That's kind of the better approach you want to take. Not this like scarcity. The clock is ticking. That just does not vibe well with people. Although it was very successful and it worked in the beginning stages, it was successful because the market we were in was a blue ocean. So, and the service we were offering had service market fit with that market. So those are the top 5, and I can't really stress these enough when it comes to outbound lead gen. Please keep them all in mind when you're doing a lead gen strategy. It helps you think long term. You don't want to burn through all the leads in your market because you sent a message that completely destroyed the possibility of having a relationship with somebody. And I was kind of doing that in the beginning, and then realized how the negative second order consequences of this long term have a terrible effect on us and our brand. So that is it, ladies and gents. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.